grass was stiff and sparkling with the frosty pearly white. The air was sharp, it nipped his nose, a brand new kind of chill, and everything was quiet and wonderfully still. He wrapped his coziest scarf on the cheerful woolly blue. An adventure in the cold, he thought, is something I must do. The sky was clear and pale and bright, the sun was thin and low. The very first cold morning that a panda friend could know. He waddled down his garden path, his paws made crunches loud. He looked up at the pale blue sky and at a lonely cloud. He took a big, enormous breath to greet the brand new day. And when he breathed it out again in a most surprising way, a little cloud of his own appeared, all misty, soft and white. It tumbled from his very mouth and floated in the light. It wasn't big, it didn't stay, it vanished in a wisp upon the chilly, sharp and morning air so clear and crisp. He stared and stared, his eyes went wide. Oh goodness, what was that? A tiny floating magic thing that disappeared so flat. He took another breath so deep and blew it out to sea. And poof, another little cloud appeared in front of he. Hello in there, he whispered, are you a tiny ghost? He huffed again and three appeared, a friendly little host. They wouldn't speak, they only flew a little way and spread these little puffing misty friends right from his very head. You must be shy, thought Pippin, with a kind and gentle heart. You only come to say hello and then you drift apart. My name is Pippin, he called out and blew a mighty puff. The cloud came out so big and grand, of fluffy white-gray stuff. He's answering, he giggled, but he doesn't make a sound. He only floats and dances just above the frosty ground. He tried to pat his new cloud friend to make it feel at home, but his paw went right straight through it like it was just air and foam. I know, he chirped, we'll play a game of puffing fast and quick. I'll make a friend and you make one, that is a clever trick. He huffed and puffed and blew a dragon on the loose. He made a dozen cloudy friends, a game of fast pursuit. They danced and swirled, a tiny fleet of ships upon the air. He tried to catch just one of them to keep and hold in care, but every time he closed his paw, the friend would disappear. It was a tricky magic game, he held it very dear. He stopped and wondered, where do they go? Why do they fade so fast? These lovely little misty friends were not all meant to last. He breathed upon a frosty leaf, his cloud stuck to it tight. It made the frost all melt away and turn from white to bright. He breathed upon a shiny stone, his cloud made it all wet. This is the strangest kind of friend that I have ever met. It wasn't just a cloud at all, it was all warm and damp. A little puff of cozy heat, a tiny steamy lamp. He tapped his paw against his chin, a brilliant sunlit thought. The cloud, the warmth, the dampness were all things that he had brought. It wasn't a friend who lived outside in the cold air all alone. It was his very own warm breath, a magic of his own. The cold air made his warm breath show a cloud for all to see. I'm making magic, Pippin gasped, it's coming out of me. He wasn't meeting tiny ghosts or clouds from up above. He was just seeing his own puff, a thing to like and love. A giggle started in his chest, a happy rumbling sound, for the most amazing magic that his little world had found. He wasn't just a panda, he was something grand and bright, a friendly puffing dragon breathing clouds of misty light. He wasn't sad, his friend wasn't real, he loved the clever trick, and spent the day with his warm breath, a friendship fast and quick. He puffed at leaves and fences in the chilly frosty town, the happiest dragon panda